We've got severe weather warnings across the region and the strong winds are already rolling in. It's going to be a windy night. Hey everyone, I'm not looking my best, as you can probably tell, because I didn't get a huge amount of sleep last night as we had huge storms. There was a massive weather warning in our area and it was pretty windy. And of course, we've got a lot of trees everywhere. So a bit worried about things falling on items, cars, all sorts of things. So I've now got to go and check everything outside, see what's damaged, or just clear up and generally make sure that everything's safe, nothing's about to fall on a car, equipment, or of course blocking driveways. So let's get to that. Bright lights. Okay, cars are alive, that's always a good start. And haven't got any trees out here, although it's blown everything around quite badly. Although I'm just going to be happy there aren't any trees down here. Let's go and check the back though. Before that, let's make sure there's no guttering down or tiles slipped. Yeah, I think we're probably all good. Cool, let's go and check the back garden though. Boat's quite full of water, but that's going to come out soon. And the ducks are safe. Always a decent start. Can't see anything down so far. Might have escaped reasonably unscathed, which would be nice. Now, let's just have a quick check, because over there is usually, that was down from last storm, and this one's still down from the last storm. Let's just go and make sure there's nothing on top of the trailers and everything. The joys and excitement of all of these trees. Okay. That was good. Nothing over here, but I will have to. Oh, yeah, okay. The trailer survived. That is a big tree. Oh. Woo. Oh, look at that. Snapped right over. Oh God. I'll tell you what, that is a big old tree to come down, completely blocking my access round the back. But if it had gone the other way, I wouldn't have had a trailer or two, or wood chipper. Well, that's a stroke of luck. The only thing I will say, as let's look on the positive, that's a lot of firewood for us, isn't it? And look at all that natural light in that area that we've now opened up. So, you know, positives. Let's carry on checking. So I'm on the other side of the tree. get a better idea of just what fell over. Oh, so much extra work. Got to love a storm. Got to love a storm. Let's go and check on the cottage, and I need to go and check on the main drive, because if these are coming over, then the main drive might have gone as well. That's a lot of tree that's not supposed to be down there. And it all looks like just a big bush and leaves, but there's actually a wood pile underneath that. We were almost finished and it was almost clear. Well, we'll start again. I think the cottage roof has escaped unscathed, which is always a good thing. So it looks like we might have got away with just that tree down with a little bit of luck. So if any of you haven't seen any of the aerial footage or are new to the channel and don't really know the layout of this place, it's been left for a very long time to run its own course outside, and the grounds are massively overgrown. Mostly it's the trees. They're all way too big, way too large, and they're all too close to each other. A lot being self-seeded and a lot planted badly. So they're all competing, they're all in bad places, and there virtually isn't a place you can stand in the winter, let alone park anything, where you're not risking trees or decent sized branches coming down. As you can see from the tree that's at the back that's now on the floor, you can see from the aerial drone footage that it is just trees everywhere, which, to be fair, is quite nice for a little bit of shade when you're in the middle of the summer and you're asking for some shade, and it's lovely because of the birds. It's very difficult when you want some sunlight, and of course it's trying to get them all down to a reasonable size, which is why we've got Billy's old cherry picker. You'll have seen me using this before, about 24 metres up, sorting out trees on the driveway, and it's a great piece of kit, but it's broken. You can probably. So what we have is one of these valve blocks is sticking, so we can't actually use it. We can't find one that's not about 900 euros at the moment, so if there's anybody out there that's really good with these things, this is a Danfoss part. There's the part number. If anyone can help, please help. With this cherry picker in near constant use around here for the reasons you've seen, if anyone does know where to source a part for this, or a better idea where we can get this rebuilt, here's the part number on the screen. Please do drop us a comment, it'll be really helpful. So maybe the wider YouTube world will be able to point us in the right direction. You guys quite happy? You survived the storm all right, didn't you? Good stuff. See, now even the sun's out. Alright. The old Swan house has made it out unscathed. Nothing so far on the internal driveway. The rake will go a long way. Let's make sure no damage to the chapel, as the trees in here are not particularly great. You can tell by this gap that used to be one of these large trees which came right across and blocked the entire driveway. Trees really are the biggest issue here. And hey, hope you enjoyed this little wander around. Oh, one of our little pollarded trees. Ooh, that's down. But our little chapel looks like that remains intact. Happy days. It's always a good thing. I mean, look, that's the size stuff that just falls out of the trees here because they need a lot of work. I think we're looking too bad, which will be nice. It's all just internal. Best come out here with a rake though, or cars get beaten with those sticks. That's never a bad view, is it? A chateau hiding there across the water. Unfortunately, it's just the work that goes into looking after it. But it's all worth it, isn't it? No, nothing down here. I always like it when there's nothing down. Well, it'll need a rake, but there's nothing huge. I've had a couple of these enormous trees on the main drive come down, and I had to get a few down with the cherry picker. As you can see from the stump there. So, do you know what? Not too bad. Not too bad. And, oh, well, here you go. There's a good example of the size of branch which just falls out of a tree because they're all a little bit sick here and need work. Never mind. And of course, it's when the wind blows in a certain direction, because it literally just comes down straight off these open fields. Just thought I'd show you this. An original old footbridge in a side entrance. You can just see sort of sneaking over there. That's the side of the chateau over there. I wonder if I can just try and get down here without falling in the water. Oh, possibly not. Oh, this could be my last broadcast, viewers. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you this, which is one of the original, little waterways of the moat, where it used to go then down the side of the main drive, because this is the arched bridge here. It would have gone down the side of the main drive, then used as irrigation for the fields. And I think you can just see on there. I wonder if I can zoom. Can you see that? Is that 1793, is it? Well, answers on a postcard if you can read that. See, all chateaus are absolutely different, and that's why there's no sort of hard or fast rule of costs, maintenance, both in time and money. Lots of them will need huge maintenance on the buildings because they've been left for 30, 40 years, 50 years, or in a terrible state of repair. Or this place, which is in a reasonable state of repair, although some terrible places, but the grounds are ruined, in as much as they've been left for far, far too long by themselves, and you can see the result every time there's a storm or even the slightest breeze. I don't sleep, and I've got a devastation to worry about in the morning. That's fine, it's all part and parcel, and you make wood for the fire, you clean up, and wood chips, it's all wonderful, it's all part of it, and I enjoy it fantastically. I wouldn't change it for the world. But it's an interesting difference, as I think somebody else will have tiles off the roof, or a window that's sort of blown out, or there's lots of different things. It's always a different scenario, and there's a little WhatsApp group of us who all, a day after the storms, will sit there message going, well, I've got a tile off, I've got a tree down, I've got something else. So it's always interesting to see the difference, but I think most of us have probably got away with it quite well this time. So now I'm just going to tell Angelina that instead of going for a nice lunch, I'm getting the chainsaw out and trying to get rid of that tree. Right, I best be off.
And as always, a special thanks to our VIP tier patrons.
And if anyone wants to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, the links are above now. And lastly, just thank you to everybody for watching our videos, especially those that let the ads run and help us with the little bits of pennies that add up for the channel. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Check out the other episodes suggested coming up on screen now. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.